come from a country called Papua New Guinea, which is in the Pacific, about just north of Australia, and rugby league is the #1 sports that is played in the country, and that's where I started playing, because all the kids that we went to school with, want to play rugby, and didn't realize that rugby would, bring me here and give me a life and a family in this country. So yeah, changed my life.
So how did rugby league bring you over to England?
In 1995, it was a World Cup which has been hosted in England, and I represented my country to come here and play, and that's how Halkinson Rovers scouted me. They've seen me play, and they brought me over in '96, and year is 2009.
And which of the clubs have you played for apart from Hull KR?
Yeah, I played for KR for 4 years, and then I went on to Gateshead Thunder, which merged with Hull, and I came back to Hull FC. Played for a year there, and then 4.5 years in Huddersfield, a year in Bradford, and I went back to Hull KR.
And how has you playing in the top flight rugby league in England benefited the game back in Papua New Guinea?
In some ways, it does benefit when I finish the competition here and going back to play for my country. But that was years ago. But now, there's quite a lot of young kids playing in Australia, and there's a couple who are playing here in England. So playing, higher level of rugby in England helps. Me and my country when we went back to play for national side, which this year they've qualified to play for the Four Nations next year. So you'll see Papua New Guinea play against Australia, England, and New Zealand.
So how is the game improving in Papua New Guinea with the national side now gaining success?
It is improving, but it's not professional, and hopefully the government and the country are backing rugby league to PNG rugby league to put a team into NRL in 4 or 5 years time. So that's a good step up for us next year to play in the Four Nations. So overall, it's much improved. There's loads of talented players there. There's a couple of players playing in United Kingdom, and there's a couple playing in Australia as well. So we've come together and put a good side in the World Cup last year and this year.
And what actually made you sign for Halifax?
Actually, it was something that I was thinking about. I know Martin Hall a long time, and Matt Callum who played with, and a good friend of mine. It's something that I didn't want to be full-time banging on training Monday to Friday like Super League they're doing, and I want to get into a bit of coaching as well, so that gives me a bit of opportunity to come here. And I know Halifax is a big club, when they were in Super League, and a good side that got a good support, and this year they've done really well and been winning games and lost in the finals, and they still got a lot of talented players that whenever I watch them on Sky, put a bit of interest on watching the boys play. So it'd be nice to come here and help them and try and achieve win the finals or try and get into Super League.
And obviously you've come to Halifax on a playing contract and Hull offered a coaching contract. How much longer would you like to play for?
Oh, it's anybody who plays rugby. My hobby is kicking the rugby ball around. Getting paid was something that I was surprised when I came over, and sort of a bonus. But yeah, I love playing rugby, and the thing is you can't play that long, and I'll see how I go this year. It's always a challenge every year, because every year comes around, the media always say, oh, how long is he going to go for? And that's something that inspires me and give me that fire to prove people wrong. So,
how did you get used to the weather when first coming over to England?
I didn't like it, with the cold. But when I came over in '96, I think the league's been changed from winter, and it just started summer rugby. So it was still cold, you know, don't get me wrong, in February, March, April time. And we were still waiting for the weather to come out, but sometimes we get good weather, sometimes you don't. But, you know, back home, we get fed up with the heat because it's always hot. And everywhere in the world you go, you always complain about weather, but it's good here.
You must have had some great moments in rugby league. Which is the best though?
There's always great moments, you know. I think my great moments is, you know, getting on a plane, you know, coming over to a different part of the country to work, you know, leaving all your family behind, and you know, it's still just at the back, you know, I'm still watching, thinking about it. It didn't seem that, you know, 14 years ago. We landed in Heathrow Airport, and you know, in March, and it was really cold, and you know, all the trees didn't have the, you know, without leaves. Back home, if you see that sort of stuff, it's like dry season, where everything just dead. But here, it wasn't that, because a couple of months later, the trees started putting leaves, and yeah. But my great moment is just coming over, getting used to the life here, you know, the house, you know, with power, and you know, septic toilet in the house, and cooker and fridge and TV in the house, because you know, I've never had that sort of stuff in my life. And live up in the mountains where, you know, pitch toilet, and you live in a hut, and it's different. So everything that I've had in rugby, you know, it's a memory. But greatest moment for me is just coming over.
And what are your personal goals for the future?
My personal goals also just, you know, sit back, retire, and hopefully, you know, get into coaching, and one day help Papua New Guinea, you know, Commonwealth, and try and give back what they gave me.
Brilliant, thank you very much.
No worries.
Want him meaning, want him more.